I don't find these videos funny, but it's apparent that it helps a lot of players. And what more can I ask for? I would not insert a funny joke about watching my videos every minute of your spare time to help me reach my goals, but you do that anyway, because you know I love you guys. So let's tackle this once and for all. Implants, how you get them, how they work, and what they do. What is implants? Implants in EvE Echoes is something that gives you the ability to enhance areas of your ship. It is something that you plug into your character, almost like the skill training ship. But do not confuse those ships with the ships that you fly, because even though they sound exactly the same, they do not spell the same. Ship, ship, shipping, sail, sail, Chippendale? To not make this more confusing, let me show you those ships here. This is the one that make you train your skills faster. The chips are always active once you buy them and plug them in. Oh please God, let this be it for the ship part. This is the implants. This is not easy to separate. Thank you natives for making some stuff difficult for new players. So you can own and inject as many implants as you like, but only one of them can be activated at one time. They have to be activated inside a station, so you cannot switch them out in space. Also, injecting an implant is non-reversible, at least for now. And I haven't heard anything about being able to reclaim the implants in the future. So be careful and aware that this is permanent. Like subscribing to my channel. Understand that I'm not talking about activating the implants right now. I'm talking about injecting the green, blue, purple and orange implants. Injecting is permanent. Every implant has 4 level restrictions and they all are from level 0 to 45. You need a green implant injected to start the level progress, but at level 15 you will need to have the blue one injected. The green and the blue usually are fairly cheap, at least compared to others. But once you have injected the blue implant, you are limited to level 15, making you unable to level it further. To be able to get your implant to level 30, you need a purple implant of the same kind. This can cost everything from 3 to 7 billion ISK, as of this video. And further on, you need the orange implant to level from 30 to 45. This is the same for all types of implants. One thing to note here is that if you have the orange implant injected, it does not give you any extra benefit unless you have it leveled over level 30. Implants is all about the level that you have, so do not get an orange implant unless you are sure you want to go past level 30. That's just a waste of money. Also, you do not need the green, blue and the purple implants if you have the orange one. Just inject the orange and you can get access to all levels from 0 to 45. As you level the implants up, you will see that you can insert some general units. These can be found in dormant and also bought and sold on the market. The general units will affect the implants it's attached to, if that implant is activated. It also gives the bonuses that the general unit provides in itself. You can remove and switch the general units around as much as you like. They are not permanent. Now, having several implants can be useful, but be sure to activate the one suitable for the ships that you currently fly. All implants works a bit different, so let's look at the implants that we can get today. The high power coil. The hybrid AFK implant that require very little maintaining. Basically it charges power for each hit, and as you activate it, it consumes that power while improving DPS. There's no real downsides. Thermal circulation. This is the more active one for hybrids. This one gives more DPS while active, but also makes you do crap damage if you don't turn it off before it reaches 100%. This one is good, but can be devastating if you forget to turn it off. The warhead charge. This implant changes missiles to either precision or range. This is one of the less used one, but it can be good for long range sniper barghests. The big thing with this implant is of course that you can choose your type of damage output. This can with the right nanocore be very powerful. Automatic defense. This is the jamming implant. This makes your drone able to jam the target, making them unable to shoot back and even lose their targets. You kinda have to have this to level 30 and select remote drone charge for this to be effective, otherwise you need to scoop and launch your drones all the time, giving you the worst PvP evening ever. Bombard tactics. A very strong drone implant. If you get this to level 30 and guided bombing, this is a good one for drone ships. We had some game issues with this one for sure, but most of that is fixed now, but this one is still very strong. Focused crystal. This implant is very powerful if you stay on target. It's a bit like Troglavian's weapon type, and if you're unfamiliar with EVE Online, then Troglavian faction do more damage the longer you shoot on the same target. This implant is both a tanking and a damage implant for lasers. It's almost like the high power coil for lasers. The barrage repression, also another high burst DPS implant. If you have missed all the damage images, then I'm telling you, this implant hurts. And this is the reason that Macariol still rocks the DPS. Pulse Crystal. This one gives a great DPS boost at the cost of more capacitator. Amar ships are already cap draining, so this feels both on the enemies and you. But it's a solid implant for lasers. It's kinda like the thermal circulations, but for lasers. The sniping technology. This one is good for shooting smaller targets. Fall off and damage is also something that you gain. You are also able to pick tracking, but the ability to slow enemy ship speed as you hit them is very cool. Support projection. This one is almost like warhead charge, but here you can with luck shut down opponents' mid slots or low slots, or make your missiles act like newts. This together with the chance to slow ships' speed or inertia can make this deadly in the right hands. Remote shield and remote armor implants is exactly what you think, less consumption and more repair. Tactical missiles. This is a damaged missile implant that scrambles targets. You can also disrupt weapons with the missiles, but who would pick this one? Probably me and Captain Rainbeard with our weird fits. Check his videos by the way to see the power of fitting ships different. We also got mining enhancement, making mining less AFK but a lot more effective. This is the one and only go-to for industry and miners. And sure, since Covetor, Orca and Rockwall is passive, this makes you have to be a bit more active to get more ore. Not too bad. And this was the implant that we have today, but the future will bring more implants for sure, and we might actually see some implants that really change your ships. Now how do you upgrade these implants? Let's say that you know what implants to invest in. Well, prepare to invest. Implants are up to level 15 quite cheap, but from 15 to 30 it's about 20 to 25 billion ISK if you buy materials with ISK. There is no chance while upgrading implants, like nanocores, everything you put into an implant is going towards the goal, so you cannot fail. Implant is made to be a long-term goal in this game that you have to set your time and ISK aside to get, and I do think that style is needed in games. What I do dislike is that it's actually possible to buy the materials for 120 billion ISK and get the max implant right away. This puts everyone who can't afford it at a tough disadvantage on day one, and not everyone can afford to buy the expensive materials. So then you have to do as most of us did, farming dormants, because this is why dormant was added. Dormants drop materials to build injectors and injectors themselves, and also have a very small chance to drop a full implant. I would guess like 1% or so. Doing the dormants will give you boxes every week that you can open and get this stuff, but it will take you close to a year of clearing the dormants to get your implants above level 30. What you might notice in your hangar is that you have many injectors you can't use anymore, or don't even need anymore. Like the green and the blue injectors? Well, don't worry, they're not useless. What you can do with them is to reprocess them and make the fuel for the implants. This even works for the soulbound ones, the one with a small head sprite on them. The fuel to charge the implant is the neuroactive supplements. You get this by reprocessing neurons that you get from reprocessing your implant injectors. Reprocessing the reprocessed stuff, yeah, that's kinda it. If no one sells implants and you can't find it in dormants, you can actually build the implants. This is very expensive, and if you're thinking about farming the materials to build them, well, good luck. I'm kidding a bit of course, but it is expensive, and the amount of materials you need and the bad drop rates, it makes it a lot more worth to farm for ISK and buy it from other players who sell it on the market. So how do you use the implants? The implants are both passive and active. The main skill is either charged up as you do stuff, and upon max charges you click the skill and use those charges. Some implants you activate first, and then it's being charged up. This is something you must make yourself familiar with, so practice how your implants behaves, so it comes naturally when you're using it. Now my feelings to implants. This is the biggest issue to PvP that we have. Enough money and you just melt others with some implants. Compare it to buying X-type gear for the same amount of money. It's not going to give you that same edge in a fight. Implants also did hurt solo PvP a lot, and since release of the implant you could fight 2-3 people at the same time and still hold the tank if you're fitted for it and was a good pilot, and now you can't if they have level 15 on some implants. The DPS is too high and the tank is not possible to achieve. To counter implants DPS we need more ways to increase our tank, But sure, it's not a solo game per se, but I think it would be nice to keep that possible solo feature. And as I say, long-term goals as the implants is good, and in a way I do feel that they are fun. They're just a bit overpowered. So take care of your character, upgrade it with implants, and of course keep skilling, and slowly go towards the implants that you want, guys. And if there is anything else I should do a breakdown on, then let me know, and I see you guys again. Have you been on the internet again? It costs a lot of money. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. He's dying, man. Keep nuking the first one. I can tank this. This is no problem at all.